glance over the first chapter or the first unit of 10th standard social studies, and that is India relief features. What do you mean by relief features? Relief features are nothing but the physical features. Physical features will affect the climate and the weather of an area. Today we are going to discuss about the different types of relief features or different types of physical features of our India. The first one is Himalayas. In the north of our India, Himalayas are present, and these Himalayas are very important for affecting the weather and the climatic condition of India. So, second one comes the Indo-Gangetic Plain. The three rivers which arise from Himalayas, that is, first one Indus, second one Ganges, and third one, it is Brahmaputra. Brahmaputra. These three rivers combinedly forms the Indo-Gangetic Plain, especially Indus and Ganges river forms the Indo-Gangetic Plain, and that's why this plain is named after these two rivers, that is Indus and the Ganges. The third comes the Peninsular Plateau. In Peninsular Plateau, the first one is the Malwa Plateau. Malwa Plateau. Second one comes the Deccan Plateau. Deccan Plateau. Now, the question arising in every student's mind, that is, what do you mean by Peninsular Plateau? What do you mean by peninsula? The irregular triangular shape of landmass which is surrounded by sea or the ocean from three sides, that is called as Peninsular Plateau. So the part of Deccan Plateau, it is surrounded by water on three sides. Malwa Plateau is situated on the north of the Deccan Plateau. The next comes the coastal plains. Coastal plains means the plains which are situated between the coastal region and the western Ghats and eastern Ghats. Whatever the plains means whatever the area which is situated between the coastal area and the western Ghats and eastern Ghats, those are called as coastal plains, which are very near to the sea and are affected by the total changes which occur in the sea throughout the year, throughout the month, throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the day. Next comes the desert region. The desert region is located to the western part of our India. Why desert region is located on the western part of our India? Because of the situation of Aravalli mountain in the western part of our India or in the part of western Rajasthan, the desert region is situated. Because Aravalli mountains does not allow the monsoon winds to enter in this area, and that's why that is desert zone. Next comes the island groups. In our India, two island groups are there. One is Andaman and Nicobar, and second one is Lakshadweep. Andaman and Nicobar island group is formed due to volcanic origin. Volcanic origin means Andaman and Nicobar islands are formed due to volcanic eruption. Whatever the lava came out from the volcano, that lava has been settled down and it has been changed into the form of island. That is Andaman and Nicobar. The Lakshadweep Islands, here, Lakshadweep Island are formed due to coral origin. These islands are of coral origin. Coral means inside the water, whatever the plants and the animals will die and will get settled layer over layer or layer after layer. Those particular layers will form the coral. Those layers are known as, after getting hardening, it is called as layer. So these 6 different relief features of India will affect the climatic condition, will affect the physiographical condition, will affect the weather condition of our India totally. Just you see why I am saying all this thing. Because Himalayas will be very cool. The area nearby the Himalayas are very cool. Near Indo-Gangetic plain, the modern type of climate can be seen. In peninsular plateau, you can see again the moderate type of climate. In coastal plains, you can see the humid climate. In desert region, you can see the hot climate, and in island groups, you can see the humid climate. Because in coastal region and in island groups, these two areas are affected by the adjoining sea, and that's why we can find the humid type of climate in coastal region or coastal plains and the island groups. Now we will look after the first physical feature or first relief feature, that is the Himalayas. Himalayas are divided into 3 parts. First one is the Greater Himalayas. It is also known as Himadri. Second one is the Middle or the Lower Himalayas. It is known as the Himachal. And third one, it is the Shivaliks. These Himalayan mountains are divided into different ranges. That is Greater Himalayas, Himadri range, Middle or the Lower Himalayas, Himachal range, and the third one is the Shivalik range or the Outer Himalayas. The Greater Himalayas are having average elevation. What do you mean by elevation? Suppose here is the sea level, mean sea level, MSL, mean sea level. From the mean sea level, whatever the height of the place is there, that is called as elevation. So, in the Greater Himalayas or in Himadri, the 6,100 meters elevation is there. Means the average height of the Greater Himalayas or Himadri is 6,100 meters, and it is covered with the snow throughout the year. Throughout the year, the Greater Himalayas will remain covered with the snow. And most of the glaciers are found in this region only, means in Greater Himalayas. The most of the perennial rivers will arise from the Greater Himalayas. And south to the Greater Himalayas, there is a Middle or Lower Himalayas. It is also known as Himachal. Its average elevation is from 3,500 meters to 4,500 meters. This particular range of Middle Himalayas or the Lower Himalayas or Himachal is human friendly. Means the human settlement is possible in this region. The Himachal region or the Middle or the Lower Himalayas region is composed of Pir Panjal range, Dauladhar range, Mussoorie range, Nagatiba range, Mahabharata range. And these particular ranges makes a very good hill stations which are called as resort. Means during summer season, so many people visit these resorts. In the remaining places of India, there will be a summer, but this particular region will be little bit colder as compared to other regions of our India, and that's why most of the tourists will visit Shimla, Mussoorie, Ranikhet, Nainital, Almora or the Darjeeling to spend their summer holidays. That is only called as resort. That is only the meaning of resort. The next range comes Shivalik range. It is also called as Outer Himalayas. That is also called as
Which Himalaya? Outer Himalaya. The outer Himalayas elevation is ranging from 600 meters to average elevation ranging from 600 meters to 1500 meters. So, in this Shivaliks, so many lakes and so many water bodies are also found along with the human settlement.
Now we can cover the topic of Indo-Gangetic Plain. Indo-Gangetic Plain is also known as Great Plain. Great Plain. The reason behind it is the most of the fertile land of our India belongs to the Indo-Gangetic Plain or the Great Plain. All type of crops are grown in the Indo-Gangetic Plain. The reason behind it is the river Indus Ganges will bring lot of alluvium. Alluvium means the fertile soil. When these rivers will get flooded, at that time, along with its flow, these rivers, Indus and the Ganges River, will carry lot of fertile particles of soil, which is called as alluvium with it, and will deposit in this plain. And that's why Indo-Gangetic Plain is also known as Great Plain because it is very highly fertile land in the north part of our India. The Indo-Gangetic Plain is divided into three parts. First one is the western part, second one is the central part, and third one is the eastern part. The western part of Indo-Gangetic Plain is divided into is comparison of Indus Plain. Means the river Indus will rise from the Himalayas and will flow most of its way or most of its flow in the Pakistan. Will flow from India a little bit distance and its tributaries are the Jhelum, the Chera, the Ravi, the Bias and the Satluj. These are the five rivers which are the tributaries of river Indus. You know why the state of Punjab is called as the river, the land of five rivers, because of these five tributaries of Indus flow through the state of Punjab, and that's why the state of Punjab is also recognized as the land of five rivers. Panj means five, Ab means water, the place from where the five rivers flows, that is called as Punjab. The river Indus flows the largest of its distance or the largest of its flow from Pakistan. The second part of Indo-Gangetic Plain comprises of central part is known as central part. The central part is composed of Ganga Plain, means the river Ganga which rises from the Himalayas, from the Alaknanda glacier and from the Bhagirathi glacier. That river flows from the central part of our Indo-Gangetic Plain and it is comprising from the river Gaggar to Tista. River Gaggar to Tista comprises of the Ganga Plain. The third part, that is eastern part of the Indo-Gangetic Plain, comprises of the Brahmaputra Valley. The most of the Brahmaputra Valley is flowing from the state of Assam. Flowing from the state of Assam. Now, the Brahmaputra Valley creates lot of irrigation facility and will generate lot of water facility in the state of Assam. This Indo-Gangetic Plain, which are the rivers which are flowing through the Indo-Gangetic Plain, that is river Indus, river Ganges and river Brahmaputra. Combined, these three rivers are called as perennial rivers. These three rivers are called as perennial river. Why? Because these rivers will provide water throughout the year. It will not get dry up during summer season, but the water consistency of this river will remain as it is even during summer. And these rivers will bring the gravels and the pebble sediments along with it and will deposit it in the foothills of Shivaliks. What do you mean by foothills? In the down area, on the slope area of Shivaliks, these gravels and the pebbles which are brought by the river Indus, Ganges, and Brahmaputra, are deposited in the footings of Shivaliks, and that particular pebble and the sediments are known as Bhabar. Bhabar is porous in nature. What do you mean by porous? Porous, little bit sandy like. That is little bit like sandy sand. And next, the most of the small rivers will flow underground from the Bhabar and reappear in lower region. That particular lower region is called as Terai. That particular lower region is called as Terai. Now Terai is the marshy region. Marshy region means the water content of this area, the table water content of this area will be more in Terai region. The reason behind it is most of the small rivers and the underground streams will flow through the Bhabar and reappear in Terai and will supply lot of water to the table land. Table land means underground, and that's why it will remain marshy, means it will remain moisture content more, and that's why the thick forest and the wildlife is found in the region of Terai. The downhills of Himachal is consisting of the Terai. In the series of the relief features of the physical features, the third one comes the peninsular plateau. What do you mean by peninsular plateau? What do you mean by peninsula? The irregular triangular shape of landmass which is surrounded on three sides by water. Here it is Bay of Bengal, here it is Arabian Sea, and to the south of India, the Indian Ocean is here. So this particular irregular triangular shape of landmass, which is situated in the southern part of our India, is called as the peninsular part. Why it is called as peninsular part? Because especially this part is surrounded by water on three sides. On the eastern side, the Bay of Bengal is there. On the western side, the Arabian Sea is there. And on the southern side, the Indian Ocean is there. So the next comes the peninsular plateau. The peninsular plateau. Peninsular plateau is composed of crystalline, hard igneous and metamorphic rocks. What do you mean by crystalline? Crystalline means a big size, means this much size. Igneous and metamorphic rocks. The rocks which are found by the volcanic activity. By the volcanic activity, those are called as igneous and metamorphic rocks. Now, these hard igneous and metamorphic rocks are the main reason to make the peninsular plateau as a house of many costly minerals. Many costly minerals are many valuable minerals are found in the peninsular plateau. The peninsular plateau comprises of the central highlands. The central highlands, which consists of Malwa Plateau and the Chota Nagpur Plateau. The central highland is comprised of Malwa Plateau and the Chota Nagpur Plateau. Malwa Plateau is fertile only during the rainy season, and during the winter season, whatever the water availability will be there. With the help of that, in Malwa Plateau, the irrigation is possible for the crop. Chota Nagpur Plateau is blessed with the valuable minerals. Chota Nagpur Plateau is compared with the Ruhr Valley of France. It is compared with the Ruhr Valley of France because most of the costliest minerals, most of the valuable minerals are found in the Chota Nagpur Plateau. Manganese, iron ore, coal, this type of minerals are found in Chota Nagpur Plateau. That's why Chota Nagpur Plateau is called as mineral belt of India. The next comes the Deccan Plateau. The next part of the peninsular plateau is the Deccan Plateau. Now this Deccan Plateau is tilted towards the east, or the peninsular plateau is tilted towards the east, and that is only the reason that most of the peninsular river will drain into the Bay of Bengal. Understand? Though the peninsular plateau is tilted means slightly slow towards the east direction. And that is only the reason that most of the peninsular rivers or most of the rivers which originates from the peninsular area or the peninsular region are draining into the Bay of Bengal. But there are some rivers in our India which flows towards the west direction, like Narmada, Tapti, Luni, Mahi, Sabarmati. These rivers will flow through the towards the western part of our India. Now here, this eastern peninsular part of our India is parallel with the eastern Ghats, and the western peninsular plateau is parallel to the western Ghats. Now eastern Ghats width is too much. Width is more as compared to western Ghats. Western Ghats are lower width and eastern Ghats are having more width. Here, the Nilgiri hills are present in the western Ghats, as well as Dodavita is the highest point. Annamalai is the highest peak in the southern region is present in the western Ghat region. What will be the western Ghats? The continuous chain of mountain range which runs parallel to the western coast of our India. Those are called as western Ghats. Means the continuous range of mountains. Here, the peninsular plateau is bounded by the Vindhya range, then it is Narmada river, then it is Satpura range, Vindhya range, Satpura range, Western Ghats, and the Eastern Ghats. Eastern Ghats are the parallel range to the eastern coastal plain, and Eastern Ghats are having some gap among them, from which the peninsular rivers like Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Tungabhadra, Kaveri, all these different rivers which rise from the peninsular area will drain into the Bay of Bengal. These rivers will drain into the Narmada, then Tapti, Mahi, Sabarmati. These rivers will drain into the Arabian Sea. The Luni river which rise from the point and flow towards the western region, western direction, will not drain into the Arabian Sea. Then where the Luni river will go? The Luni river's water will be used as a flow or the irrigation supply for the state of Rajasthan and especially for the desert region. And that's why Luni will get converted into Indira Gandhi Canal. But Luni will not drain into the Arabian Sea. Luni will get converted into Indira Gandhi Canal and will supply water or will provide irrigation facility to the part of desert region of Rajasthan. Okay. In Eastern Ghats, the highest point is Eramagunda, which is very near to the Chintapalli village in the Andhra. Now in the list of the relief features, the next we will see about the Thar Desert. Where the Thar Desert is situated in our India, in the western part of Rajasthan. Now most of you will think all over the India the different physical features are there, different relief features are there. Why there is a desert in the western part of our India? What is the reason for that?
Why don't the Western Ghats and the area between Western Ghats and Western Coastal Plain is surrounded by desert? Why there is a specific region? What is the specific region for having desert in the western part of Rajasthan? For that purpose, we will go through one small explanation. Actually, in the month of June, most of the time, the low pressure area will form in the Arabian Sea and the high pressure area will form in the Arabian Sea and the low pressure area will form in the Indian Ocean. And during this time, the southwest monsoon will take place. The southwest monsoon winds will flow unhinderedly towards the north part of our India and will give range to the most part of our India. The same monsoon winds will flow up to the Aravalli range also, which is situated in the eastern part of the desert region. This Aravalli mountains height is that much, means it will not allow the moisture laden winds of monsoon to enter into the western Rajasthan, and that is only the reason that by being in the leeward side of the Aravalli mountain, the western part of Rajasthan is known as the desert region. Why? Because the moisture laden winds of monsoon will not be in position to enter into the western part of Rajasthan, and that's why it will remain as a desert. Means sandy region. Rainfall will be there, but very scanty. Scanty means very less. Very less. For a few hours, the small streams of water can be seen when there is a rainfall, and afterwards it will get drier. And most of the water, due to overheat, will get evaporated in the air itself. In this region, only river Luni will flow and will provide water to the most of the tanks and most of the ponds, and will create irrigation facility for the people of the desert region for growing their crops. In this Aravalli region, Mount Abu is the highest peak. Mount Abu is the highest peak in the Aravalli region. You know, in Mount Abu, highest training center is there, as well as Brahma Kumari Ashram is there in Mount Abu. And Mount Abu is the hill station or the tourist place in the Aravallis. So the desert region totally consists of the sandy region, and river Luni provides water in the desert region, and desert region is very famous for the breeding of camels. The next relief feature among the relief features of India is the coastal plains. On the two sides of our peninsular plateau, three sides of our peninsular plateau. On eastern side, Bay of Bengal is there, as well as on the western side, the Arabian Sea is there, and on the southern side, the Indian Ocean is there. In the eastern side, in the western side, Arabian Sea plains are there. Those Arabian Sea plains are divided into Konkan coast. Konkan coast extends from the state of Maharashtra to the Goa. The Konkan coast extends from the state of Maharashtra to Goa. The second comes in the western side, in the Arabian Sea, the Canara coast. The Canara coast extends from coastal plains of Karnataka. All the regions of Karnataka which are situated nearby to the coastal area, those plains are situated nearby to, these are coming under the Canara coast. The next comes the Malabar coast. Malabar coast totally covers the region, the coastal region of Kerala. Means In the western side, Arabian Sea plains or the Arabian Sea plains consist of Konkan coast, Canara coast, and the Malabar coast. The Konkan coast consists of the state of Maharashtra to Goa. The Canara coast consists of the total coastal plains of Karnataka, and the Malabar coast consists of the coastal region of Kerala. The second among the coastal plains comes the Bay of Bengal plains, which are situated on the eastern side of our India. The Bay of Bengal coast, the Bay of Bengal plains consists of Utkal coast, which covers the state of Odisha. Next comes the Kirakar coast. Kirakar coast consists of or covers the state of Andhra Pradesh. The state of Andhra Pradesh covers under the Kirakar coast, and the last one is the Coromandel coast. Coromandel coast extends to the most of the coastal region of Tamil Nadu. The Coromandel coast covers the most of the coastal regions of Tamil Nadu. Likewise, the coastal plains are extended extended in our India in the eastern region as well as western region. Now, the eastern coastal plains means which are situated near to the Bay of Bengal. Those coastal plains are flanked by the river Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, Tungabhadra, and their tributaries. Now, in the list of relief features or the physical features of India, the next one and the last one is the island groups. Island groups are situated in the eastern and the western sea region. The eastern island groups are Andaman and Nicobar, which are stretched, means which are covering in the area of Bay of Bengal or in the Bay of Bengal. Andaman and Nicobar are the longest stretched island in our India. These islands are formed with the help of volcanic origin. Volcanic origin means inside of the sea, when there was a volcanic eruption, at that time the Andaman and Nicobar Islands have been formed, and this Andaman and Nicobar Islands extends from the Arkan Yamu mountain range from the Myanmar region, and the last point of the Nicobar Island, it is India Point, that is not visible now. It has been drawn into the water in the year 2004 when there was a tsunami in the Bay of Bengal. At that time, the last point of the Nicobar Island, which was called as Indira Point, or which is called as Indira Point, has been submerged, is not appearing now, has been submerged in the water. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands are found with the volcanic origin. In the western side, means in the Arabian Sea, there is a Lakshadweep Island. Lakshadweep Island consists of only 32 kilometers, and these islands are formed by coral origin. By which origin? Coral. What do you mean by coral? What do you mean by coral? When the sea animals and the plants will die, at that time what will happen? Their dead bodies or their dead remains will get deposited layer after layer, and after getting hardening of that layer, it will get converted into coral. So the Lakshadweep Islands are of coral origin, and different types of flora and fauna is found in Lakshadweep area. So at the end, if we see, we can say that our India is consisting of different physical features, which gives variety of climate to the different area of our India, and that's why India is also known as subcontinent. Thank you very much. If you like these videos, like it, share it, subscribe. Thank you very much.